Kerbal Space Program. Hello YouTube, Zopu here for a brand new playthrough of Kerbal Space Program. Why Kerbal Space Program, you may ask? Well, because it's a game I love. I really enjoyed playing it for the past few months in beta release, and it's finally out of the depth of beta and finally is a full release game, as you can see by the 1.0 in the bottom right. And I thought I'm gonna do a new playthrough of it by starting a new career mode. So start new career, and I'm gonna call it Sir Explodes a lot, because there's gonna be a lot of exploding and death and all sorts of things. Finding nice new flag, something other than oh yeah, Jeb's Junkyard. That's good. Okay, start! So, for those who don't know, Kerbal Space Program is a space simulation, or space program simulation rather, developed by Squad, and while you can play it seriously, you can also just play it for the lulz and do things that explode. So the first thing here I'm gonna do is pick up a few missions to gain science, reputation and money. Money is obviously used for to build vessels, spacecraft of all sorts, while science is used to research new bits of science, and reputation is used to unlock new contracts. So first I'm gonna launch a new vessel and gather scientific data from Kerbal. Kerbal, of course, being the home planet of the Kerbals. So this is the vehicle assembly building where I will be building my rockets. So first, rocket design is pretty straightforward, as you only have very limited pieces. So you don't even have any fuel tanks, you only have a solid fuel booster, the RT5 Flea engine. Solid fuel tends to actually pack quite a bit more punch than liquid fuel, but it also will burn instantly, which will result in very little control. I'm gonna add a parachute, obviously. And science. So this is the mystery goo containment unit, which is good for basic science recovery. And these two things here are actually from a mod which is Kerbal Engineer, which I have installed just so I can have a bit extra info on my rockets and all sorts of things, which I highly suggest everybody gets. It's the only mod I have installed, and so I won't be... It's not cheating, just saying, it saves me the trouble of extra calculation. So here I'm gonna put two mystery goo containment units. By pressing X or clicking in the bottom left, here the circles that are changing, you can choose symmetry mode, where you can put more than one part in a symmetrical fashion. So here by two, it kinda helps aerodynamics. And yeah, this is a very simple basic rocket, and which I'm going to be naming Boomstick 1, because that's essentially what it is. Here in the bottom right we have the staging, and I need to separate my first stage, which is firing the engine, with firing the parachute, or else they will both release at the same time, which is not very good. Just always a bit of. As for the comedy side, you always have a interesting little blurb on each part, which tend to be quite comic. What's wrong with me today? So yeah, manufacturer found lying by the side of the road. So yeah, whoever built it, it's a mystery. Maybe it's a strange giant beige man. Because Kerbals obviously are little green men. So these are the default pilots, the dream team. So we have the greatest of them all, Jebediah Kerman, the pilot. And then we have Bill Kerman, the engineer, Bob Kerman, the scientist. And as of version 1.0, Valentina Kerman, who's also a pilot and the only one who's actually an equal to Jebediah. Or actually I think she might be slightly better than Jeb, but you know what? I'm gonna use her. She's gonna be the new pilot of the space program. Jebediah can now retire safely after his many adventures in past versions. So I'm just gonna save that and go to the launch pad. So yeah, this is the launch pad, or what passes as a launching pad. So here I'm just gonna throttle up as much as I can. Not that it actually matters at all with the solid fuel boosters. Turn on SAS, which is Stability Assist System, maybe, and observe mystery goo. So yeah, gather science, and I'm gonna do a crew report, more science, and we're ready to launch. I should just mention that you can only use SAS in the beginning with an actual pilot class Kerbal inside. If you don't, you need a special parts that actually have stability assist systems within them. So let's go. And off it goes. First world speed record, 2 world speed record, and that's it. It's a very underwhelming start, to say the least. Just gonna observe the mystery goo in the air. So more science. I could have her leave the thing right now, but she'd die. Okay, yeah. Here at the top right, can see the contracts and whatever I've achieved. So a little bit of stuff. And also, by the way, I don't pretend to be great at this game. Might not even be good at it. I'm absolutely horrible at things like fuel management and whatnot. But you'll probably see a lot of that later. Now, I'm just gonna time accelerate a little, because otherwise it's just gonna take way too long. Okay. At this time, release the parachute. And whew, that was almost last minute. And time acceleration again. It's much better to turn off time acceleration before parachute or release and just before actual impact, because sometimes physical time acceleration can cause a few glitches. So yeah, perfect landing. Didn't even lose a bit of the rocket. So yeah, so I got 16.5 science from recovering the vessel and whatever I got in it, and the other bits of science I got from my total of 27 is from the missions. So 27.5 actually, I can see up there. Funds 100,030. Valentina Kerman got 1 XP. Total reputation 30. It's all good. What do I have? Yeah, I did the contracts. So now this here that's highlighted is the research and development building, inside of which I can research new stuff. So basic rocketry, which is always nice to have. So now I have a liquid fuel tank, very small one, a bigger solid fuel booster, and an actual liquid fuel engine, which I'm gonna now research. Here we have in Engineering 101, how hard can the aerospace engineering be anyway? Pretty damn hard actually, I think. So here we have more science recovery stuff, a communitron, which is basically an antenna, and a stag decoupler, so which is something that will become very important very soon. So which I'm going to research that too, and then 2018-15. You know what? Not gonna get that because I'd rather get more bigger and better rockets first. So I'm just gonna close that for now. Look, escape the atmosphere, orbit Kerbal. So I think escaping the atmosphere should be doable. Orbiting, not so sure. So I'm gonna leave this out. I don't actually have a heat shield yet. Yes, because as of version 1.0, it's highly advised to have heat shield equipped for re-entry, as the new atmospheric model actually models heat. So what should I put underneath? I'm not gonna put a Science Junior because it's just too heavy for what I want to do at the moment. I'm gonna put an antenna right here at the top, and I'm just gonna shove a Kerbal engineer piece here, just so I can have some extra info. Yeah, I think that's gonna work. Underneath, fuel tanks. I'm gonna get 4 of them. By the way, to copy a piece like that, you need to press Alt while clicking. So liquid fuel means liquid fuel engine, and not sure that's quite much delta V is this. Nowhere near enough. So I'm gonna put another stacked decoupler here, and I'm just gonna try. I don't have side decouplers. Radial decouplers as they called. So I'm just gonna shove, as it's commonly called, a bucket ton of boosters, and this isn't gonna work because it's way too heavy. So maybe 4. Nope, still too heavy. So I'm gonna have to do with 3. Still don't think it's actually enough to orbit anything, but should be enough to escape the atmosphere, I think. Or else we'll just crash and Valentina will die. Oh crap, I saved before renaming it, so this is actually Boomstick 2. Not like I was going to use 1 ever again. So, anyway, launch! The music, which stops as you reach the thing. Oh yeah, forgot to check my staging. All the solid fuel boosters fire, then decoupler. I'm gonna join the decoupler and the next engine, this way I don't have to press the spacebar twice. Turn on stability assist, full power, and I'm just gonna keep pressing on the D key so I can point this thing towards the east, which is where I want it to point for orbit. Anyway, let's go! Don't want this to turn too hard, otherwise it will just spin out of control. Why is it going this way? Don't. Stop pitching! Okay, release the next engine. Okay, this time. No! Stop spinning! Stop spinning! Wait, got it. No, that's this way. No! Wait! Stop, recover! I can do this, I can't do this. You stop! I'm still going up, technically. I'm spending more time. Whoa, stop, recover! Whoa! And I'm out of fuel. Yeah. So that was a failure. Not quite sure why it went so wrong. I think I just turned too hard. So yeah, I'm just going. My APOAS will be way too low. So I'm just gonna observe some goo. Keep the data. Crew report. Sure. Keep it. Actually, I'm gonna send it because I will probably land in the water, so I'll be able to get some extra science from this. Valentina looking very happy for herself. So I'm just gonna eject that booster. Don't need it, and yeah, just slowly fall to the ground. Gonna just time accelerate. Until I'm about a couple kilometers above sea level, then release my chute. Okay, releasing the parachute with, of course, magic antenna that sticks to nothing. I'm not sure if it's a bug or just a practical thing that they haven't figured out. Maybe in later release it will actually fly off if you fire the parachute, but until then it works, so I'm not gonna question it. It's just must be made of Kerbal or some strange material. Yep. I'm gonna time accelerate again. Come on. 300 meters. 200 meters. 100. And splashdown. So yeah. Observe the mystery goo. get some science. I'm gonna push this thing here, get another crew report. Valentina is going to EVA, which is extravehicular activity. Crew report. This is a most precarious situation because it says she's flying over. That's because she's not actually in the water. So you don't need to be very high to do stuff like that, just slightly above. So board, and I'm gonna roll so that this is about here. Nope, it's not. Doesn't want to roll. Come on, and maybe she can. Not worth it. Anyway, recover. And yeah, 43 science for Boomstick 2, which wasn't that great a flight, but it got me some good science. So with this I can get better rockets. And how much is 45? Can I actually... I should be able to go into orbit with this now. But I think this is enough for the first video. So I'm Zopu, this is Kerbal Space Program, and I will see you next time, YouTube.